additional language class. This is, of course, your grade 11 class. Today we're doing comprehension and a short story. Oh, sorry, it was actually supposed to be summary, but I'll tell you guys more about what happened during the course of the lesson. And I am, of course, Ayanda Shavalala, your presenter, and you can always contact me on the booksitterza@gmail.com. So as you guys know, I like to greet everyone in the class before I begin. First of all, I'm just going to say hi to our host, Kobe, who's been so kind. I'm sure you guys have realized by now that I'm not really tech savvy, but Kobe always manages to calm me down. So hi Kobe, really grateful for your help. Hi Boy Dumelo, hi Deshan, hi Dimpo, hi Eclipse, hi Kwanda, hi Mbali, hi Priyanka, and hi Sbahle. I hope I said hi to everyone, and if I didn't, you guys know what to do. So I like to have the chat bar open as well, so that I see you guys' messages during the class or as we go. So today we're going to be doing quite a lot of writing, so I will need you guys to be present in the group chat. Okay, so yesterday I know we were busy with something, so I'm just going to go over the objectives for this lesson and then take you through what is expected of you by the end of this lesson. Okay, so as I had explained yesterday, the first is to acquaint you guys with reading comprehension strategies. I saw that you guys are actually quite good, but you can be better in terms of this aspect. So this is why I have continued with the comprehensions. The other thing is to enhance your love for reading and developing your oral and silent reading skills. I know we spoke about this yesterday when I said this is why that even in exams you get reading passages so that you're able to read read silently, because you're not always going to read aloud, right? And the other thing is introducing new grammatical structures and special difficulties. We spoke about how formal and informal writing are different. So in this instance, in terms of comprehensions, you guys are supposed to be able to pick up if the writing is formal, if there are grammatical issues, or there are punctuation issues. So this is just to train your overall reading and writing skills. Okay, is everyone clear with that? So what did I say to you guys about comprehension rules? So I say that you must always read the given text to understand it and to get an idea of what it is about. And then you also need to read the questions, then go back to reading the text again with the questions in mind, and then answer the questions. So I remember that yesterday we were on question 6. If you were not in class yesterday, I'm going to give you guys 5 minutes to go over this again. Someone actually Kwanda actually read for us yesterday. If anyone wants to read for those that were not here yesterday, for us to complete this, can you please let me know in the group chat so that I can unmute you? The other thing is, yeah. So I'm just going to give you guys 5 more minutes to read over this, because I'm sure you've forgotten from yesterday. And those that weren't here get a time to read it afresh. And then we'll carry on doing the questions. So does anyone want to read, or should I just leave you guys to read this for the next 5 minutes, which means you will be done by 11:14? Anyone wants to read? hope you guys are remembering to read the questions as well, and then go back to read the text with the questions in mind, because I'm already looking at question 9 perhaps. And if you were in an exam, I'm sure you'd go back to paragraph 7. And I like to highlight that. That actually helps me with my thinking train of thought. Sorry, train of thought from person to person. One minute remaining. Okay, so I think yesterday we did explain what the In the Know Club is. I don't know if anyone wants to reiterate on that. That would be question 6. So I know that we spoke about the In the Know Club. So does anyone want to reiterate on what an In the Know Club is? So people who were here yesterday, what did we say the In the Know Club is? People who share the same knowledge. Thank you, Mbali. And the other thing is that these people usually have advanced knowledge on that particular subject that they share knowledge on. Is that clear with everyone? So the people who share the same knowledge have advanced knowledge as well, as well in the topic that they share the knowledge on. I'm so sorry about that. I was actually just finding my book, because what I usually do is I write my answers before I give them to you guys. So what I do is when I'm going to give you guys a question, I also just do the answers, and I also just put my thought train in the answer, like how I got to that answer and why I think it's correct. So that's to just also help you guys understand why I say the things that I say. Okay, so then the next question is discuss why the writer has quoted astronaut Abby's words in paragraph 6. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. I don't think, let's do this. I don't think you guys have paragraph 6. Okay, so you guys don't have to do question 7, question 8, and question 9. What you can do though is question 10. And I think I will give you guys the answer for question 11 because you don't really need to see paragraph 9 to answer question 11. So you guys are going to do question 10. Yeah. So you guys are going to do question 10 and then I'll give you guys question 11. Okay, so did everyone get that? We are doing question 10 and then I'll give you guys question 11. Okay, guys, so I know you guys don't see Dida's opinion on YouTube being the end of mainstream TV, but why do you think personally YouTube would be the end of mainstream TV? I do know that you guys are quite young, so you guys understand the impact of YouTube in society, the impact of social media as a whole. So do you guys think that the impact of social media would create would be the end? So the growth of social media, the growth of YouTube, the growth of content creation, would that mean an end to mainstream TV because now people are able to put out their own content? Okay, so I'm gonna wait for all the answers and then I'm gonna read them each and then we're gonna discuss. Guys, I'm gonna try my best to not speak a lot today. I'm sure some of you can hear me, but I'm not feeling too well today. But I know that we have to finish this part. So I do want you guys to be very, very active and engaging today. Okay, so we had an answer from Bali and one from Deshan. Are we getting any more answers? Okay, I'm going to give you guys a minute more. So when you guys type on the group chat, do you guys use your phones or your laptops or how does it work? I actually like having these conversations with you guys because I need to know how accessible um, this is to you guys. Like, okay, so it seems like most of you are using your phones. Have you guys ever been in an online class where you guys played Kahoot? Because I'm just trying to see how I can I'm trying to see I'm trying to see if we can actually play a game in class. So if we can play a Kahoot game. So I just want you guys to tell me if you've done it. Eclipse says I'm up for the game. I like games. We all love games. We all love games, but I really wanted to play a Kahoot game with you guys. So I'm just trying to see how we can navigate around this. Maybe we can try and do it on Friday's lesson. Try and see if everyone will be able to log on to the Kahoot and have different browsers on at the same time. Okay, so you guys are still gonna answer the question 10, right? Because I see that most of you are actually answering the questions that I'm asking on the side. So I just want to discuss this when most of you have put in things together so we can have actual discussions in the class. Let me see. Okay, so Eclipse said, let's see, who was the first to answer? Okay, so Deshan said, I do not agree. It will not end mainstream TV as YouTube live stream is not as strong as a broadcast single, as it is a hard line and not over Wi-Fi, which may be weak in some areas. Yes, that is a good point. So especially in South Africa, we're faced with a lot of communities who still don't have basic services like electricity and water. So things like internet connection may be quite a problem. So to an extent, YouTube will never take over mainstream TV, at least in the near future, right? So I don't know how you guys feel about that. We can have a discussion about that. If anyone wants to have a discussion about that, please raise your hand so we can unmute you and hear what you have to say. I actually think it's better when I hear you guys. I saw when Gwanda was reading yesterday that it's actually it makes interaction so much better because there's a personality behind those names, right? So when I see the name Priyanka, I know what you sound like. When I see the name Kwanda, I know what you sound like. So if anyone would like to do that, to discuss on that point, please raise your hand in one of the functions and I will unmute you so we can speak. Okay. Mbali says YouTube showcases things that TV also shows. So I personally would rather watch something on my phone than on TV. Yes, that would also be a correct answer because that is your opinion. Does anyone else want to add on to that? Okay, and then we have Eclipse who said you can access YouTube anywhere, but you can't take your phone. Oh, Priyanka raised her hand. Okay, so you can access YouTube anywhere, but you can't take your TV anywhere. So YouTube is easy to access.
Oh, hi. So I agree with Deshan's point
Yes,
of view.
Priyanka.
But you can also like download the YouTube app that you can what's it called it, like view your videos like offline as well. But
Yes.
and plus you can what's it called it, watch whatever you want on YouTube, but you also lose family time with you being like unsocial with your family
Yes,
when
yes,
you
yes.
are watching on your phone, where you can share what you're watching on TV together, and you can have discussions
Yes, that
with
is such a
your
good
family.
point.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Priyanka. Guys, so can I please just relay that? So what I got from Priyanka's message is that you can use YouTube, right? So she agrees with Deshan, but she also believes that, okay, you can watch YouTube on your phone. But if you're watching it on your phone, it kind of makes you antisocial because with broadcast, you'd be watching TV with your family. Whereas with YouTube, you're watching it alone. So I think that was a very good point. I see Deshan hand was up. Yes.
Hello,
Hi, Deshan. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks.
Please
The
speak a bit
reason YouTube
louder.
won't, can you not hear me?
Not properly. If you could just go a little
The
louder.
reason, can you hear me now? Sorry, hold on.
Yes, yes, a bit.
Deshan, please speak up. We need to record your voice as well.
Okay. The reason YouTube won't be able to take over live stream TV is because many people do not have a lot of internet access, and
Okay.
the fact that YouTube allows a lot of people to just post videos and whatever they want. People would rather have filtered and things they can watch, how can I say, that are more filtered to what they want to see. And YouTube doesn't provide that, because even though you get a for you section, you also don't get things like, don't get things like your TV series, like you don't get Family Guy on YouTube, you don't get the
Yes.
Netflix series on YouTube, and other things like the news. You're not gonna find the news on YouTube. They don't live stream the news on YouTube as well.
Okay. Okay, so I'm not sure if you guys heard Deshan probably properly. Gwanda, I'm going to take your hand just now. So I don't know if you guys heard Deshan properly. So he was speaking mainly about the efficiency of YouTube as an app, right? So he says that it cannot take over mainstream media because in terms of effectiveness, it is not as effective as mainstream is. And if you guys agree or do not agree, you may speak on that. Gwanda, I've unmuted you. Hi, Gwanda.
Hi, ma'am. Can you hear me?
I can hear you perfectly.
Okay. I'm gonna disagree with Deshan on that one because I feel like in today's times you can find literally almost anything on YouTube. You can find your
Right.
soapies. You can find any type of show that you want to watch, and as well, you don't necessarily have to watch YouTube on your phone. We've got these new smart TVs in which that you can watch YouTube on the TV instead of watching it on your phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't know if you guys got that from Gwanda. So Gwanda disagrees. Given that he or she believes that YouTube offers a variety of programs to watch, right? Um, so even if it comes to news or whatever you might have a knack for, whatever you might have a knack for, you in terms of effectiveness, you will find that on YouTube, and you will find a variety of that one thing that you are into. Okay, so I'm gonna carry on reading the other answers. Guys, please understand that you're always welcome to raise your hand, and I will unmute you if you have something to say. Okay, so Deshan says that's also piracy because YouTube does not have any rights to any TV shows. Yes, that is a good point. So if you are disagreeing, please that is a very, very good point. It's also something I thought about, that YouTube is not financially a great idea for content producers, or maybe let's say people who act in a series, because I don't know if you guys have noticed, but when I was in varsity, right, which isn't a long time back, I was actually in varsity last year as well, doing my postgrad though, but when I was still doing my undergraduate, there were people who would watch so these soapies and these series on YouTube, but then what I've noticed is that you'll see that it's someone who was watching it on the original site, recorded it for people to watch it on YouTube. So I actually used to find that quite weird when I'd walk into the labs in my undergrad. Ah, thank you, Gwanda. Okay, so I totally agree with Deshan on that point. Okay, and then Eclipse says, at my house, there's only 2 TVs and there is 4 of us. So I believe that YouTube can help me watch whatever I want, whenever I want. So YouTube is the best. Yes, I am also like that. Also, the other thing is I find myself to be very impatient. Thank you so much, Gwanda, for clarifying that for me. I also find that with myself, I'm a very impatient person. I don't know if you guys are also like that. So what I like about YouTube, is the fact that I'm able to, I know that some people have DSTV Explorer and all those fancy things like that. But the nice thing about YouTube is that you're able to go back, like rewind, forward, pause. So I remember last year I was doing statistics. I was at Wits Business School. I was doing statistics, and I would watch YouTube videos on like classes, whole topics on YouTube about a lesson, about a specific topic in stats. And I love how you can just, forward, repeat the content. If you didn't hear the lecturer properly, you're able to, you have much more control than you do with mainstream media. But personally, I actually studied media studies in my undergraduate as well. And funny enough, we actually did this topic, new media versus old media. I don't think that in the near future, new media, or let's say social media, YouTube, Instagram TV, things like that, will end mainstream media. Not in the near future, but give it 10 years, I think we will get to that point. For example, look at this pandemic, right? You know how we've always been socialized to believe that you have to be at work to actually perform tasks. But right now, the whole world is at a standstill and everyone is working remotely. So this is teaching us as society that things are changing and things are going to change for the best, right? So let me see what I had for question 10. Sorry about that, guys. Okay. So when I had read the article, what it said is that 1 in 7 people watch YouTube, and with that many people, with many people being in possession of a cell phone or iPhone, they can be instantly connected to YouTube. And then if you disagree, so other people were like, with the availability of DSTV or TV in general, most people are in the routine of watching it to relieve themselves of boredom or to de-stress, which would not change soon. Okay, so this also speaks to what Priyanka said. If you want a more social household, you would opt for mainstream TV because you know, in terms of mainstream TV, you're able to watch with the whole family. And if you said no as well, like Deshan, you could have included the part where a lot of people do not have access to YouTube. A lot of people don't have access to essential services. So things like YouTube would be more of a luxury. So does everyone agree with that? Does anyone have another point before we move on? And before we move on, I actually just like to say, guys, I have a bit of a problem. So I tried to look for the short stories online, the 2 short stories that I thought I would do today. That was Swimming Partners and Sapphire Town. For some reason, I can't find the exact documents, but I am going to speak to some of the teachers in our group. I'm sure I will receive help regarding that. So I'll do that by today. But what I do find is I find little extracts, and I don't like to test you guys on things that I don't have full knowledge of. So I'd rather just read the whole story before actually testing you guys and seeing these extracts and the questions, right? So if anyone does have Swimming Partners, Sapphire Town, or the Love Portion, could you please email it to my email address, the one that I always provide you guys with? Okay, and then I said I'd give you guys question 11. So the biggest advantage of YouTube compared to mainstream TV, I think these are things that we've discussed. I think this was also in Kwanda's discussion mainly, where he was telling us about how convenient and how efficient YouTube is in comparison to mainstream media, because you're able to filter it out to the content, to the exact content that you want, and to the exact topic that you want. So for example, let's say you're interested in African geeks, right? That YouTube channel, right? So you go on the YouTube channel and you filter it out to grade 11 English. It will give you exact results for grade 11 English. Whereas in mainstream TV, if, I don't know, I forgot, is it called Mindset Learn? Yes, if that YouTube channel decides, that DSTV channel decides it's playing grade 9 trigonometry, that's what's happening, and you have no control over that. Whereas with YouTube, you have control over that. I think that's what Kwanda said the most in his discussion. And yeah, are you guys happy? So that was for question 11. And let's just see the answer I had here. So the people controlling TV stations determine what the viewer can watch, whereas with YouTube, the viewer can access anything he or she wants to watch, right? Okay. Okay, guys, are you happy with that exercise as a whole? Is there anything that you guys would like to find out before we move on to the summary? Guys. Okay. Oh, thank you so much, guys. You guys are actually easy to work with. I really appreciate having an older class. Like, I can see that you guys are ready for matric. You guys don't give me any hassles. Like, you know, whatever we do goes. I feel like we have a great relationship, and I really appreciate that about you guys. Okay, so summary. I'm sure you guys have been doing the summary since grade 8. So it must be written in point form, and write in 4 sentences of no more than 70 words. This used to be my favorite part of the class. I don't know if you guys are going to take a picture of this and bring it back to me tomorrow for tomorrow's lesson, as we've got 3 minutes to go, or you guys want me to email you this. In fact, you know what we need to do? Tomorrow, as soon as we log in, I am going to take, or if you guys can just type your emails on the chat bar, and I will just take them down so that whenever I have something like this prepared, I can just email it to everyone. And then in the next lesson, we will be marking whatever I've emailed. Okay, so we've got Mbali's. Guys, please try your best, as I'm taking a video of this. So I'm hoping that everyone is going to send this. Okay, we've got Ntombi, we've got Kwanda, we've got Mbali, we've got Boitumelo. Who else? Guys, surely there's more of you. Surely. Email address. Okay, how about you create one? I'm going to give you homework. Okay, so today, Eclipse, I think you should create one because you're definitely going to need it at the end of the year. I think that's when you guys are going to be applying for university. No, you're actually going to start applying for university next year, but you're going to need your grade 11 results to apply for university. So yes, please. And I'm going to remind you tomorrow. I'm very proud of you, Eclipse, for actually admitting that you don't, and you will do it. It will definitely help you, especially for your varsity applications. If you need career advice as well, guys, please write to me. I do not mind giving you guys that. Okay, so I've got Priyanka's as well. Everyone else who does not have an email address, you will create one today, and tomorrow you will give me your email addresses. Okay, thank you to everyone who's given me their email address. I will email this to you guys, and thank you so much for today's lesson. Have a good day, guys. You guys were amazing as usual, and bye. Okay, so I saw that Dimple. I will take note of that as well. No problem. So, okay, thank you so much, guys. Have a good day. Bye. See you tomorrow when we mark this. Okay.